Shauna, can you go first?
Yeah, I think my week was pretty decent. I'm kind of settling into telehealth. It's still, a little awkward sometimes with some clients, and not everyone's loving it. I've still got people who ask me every single session, like, when are we returning to your office? When are we returning to your office? So that gets a little hard, but overall, it's been good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think the uncertainty is kind of difficult right now for everyone.
I
How about
definitely
you?
relate to that too. What you're just talking about with the telehealth, I have a fair amount of clients who are like, "This is weird. Can we meet in person?"
Yeah, is that kind of what you've been experiencing this week, Karina?
Yeah, I'm mostly. I mean, there wasn't too many significant things going on with clients other than just kind of people still being frustrated that we're kind of getting back to normal on one level, but then like things such as like telehealth are still happening. So just kind of dealing with people's anxieties and frustrations about that and trying to meet them where they're at, but also um, trying to encourage them to kind of start to grasp this new normal.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like this will be more normal than we thought it would be in the beginning. So it's good to kind of help people come to terms with that and support them through it, for
Yeah, I
sure.
think that all staff memo that went around kind of with the APA recommendations was really helpful because, like, I've had clients saying, well, like, what's the holdup? Like, what are you waiting for? And to be able to have something to point to us saying, like, this is what's guiding our professional, practice has been helpful versus just like you know, this is my decision. It kind of helps me point to something saying this is what's guiding us. So.
Yeah, it can be very helpful for that kind of guidance from the APA versus just us doing whatever we want at this point. Cool. All right. So Shauna, we were talking a little bit last week about Matt and some of your difficulties with that situation, but we didn't really get into it that much. And I was wondering if we could circle back to that this week and kind of um, get more in depth into that.
Okay, like what did you want to know?
Yeah, well, I think you just voiced at the very end of our group supervision that it was um, kind of weighing on you or you were having some stress with it, and we didn't really hear much about what that was.
I guess I'm just not sure how well the client's responding to me.
Okay.
Like
Can you
feeling
elaborate
like
a little
it's
bit? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Karina.
sorry, like feeling like it's kind of like there's a disconnect or that you like some sort of needs aren't being met.
Um, I don't know. No, it's not. I don't think it's about me. I don't know. I mean, like I ask questions and he responds, and I think like I'm doing what I can to like develop our rapport. I just it's just hard for me to tell how well he's responding to me.
Hmm. I'm wondering kind of what you mean specifically about that, like how he's responding to you. What, can you elaborate a little more about that?
Um, yeah, I don't know. I guess in the past when I've worked with clients, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's that he doesn't say a lot. In the past, like when I work with clients, I feel like I get more from them.
Okay. So I'm wondering if you can think of like back to when those situations that you've had in the past. What have you done in those situations to get people to respond a little more?
Well, like I'm saying that I generally have gotten more of a response in the past. So I don't know.
Okay. Um, but can you think of back to those situations or to some of your classes that you've had? Can you think of just what you've done in those situations to make people respond more?
I mean, I feel like I'm doing the same things. That's why I'm saying I don't know if the client's like responding well to me. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing the things that I think I should be doing, and I'm not getting much.
Okay. Is there something different about this particular situation than has been there in the past?
I mean, I guess like feels a little awkward. Like I don't know, maybe I haven't done a lot of work with men, and I don't know if that's a factor, but it could be.
So feeling kind of a little uncertain in the situation you're in.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, like, right, this was the client that was transferred from one of the other therapists, you know, one of the experienced clinicians, and he did the DA, and when like I think the client had mentioned at intake that he wanted an experienced therapist. And so I'm just feeling like maybe I am not what he wants. Maybe he wanted to work with a man or someone who has more experience than I do or something.
Well, I think you have had a lot of experience and you might be discounting yourself a little bit in this situation.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I guess most of my work has been with women, and maybe I just got used to kind of relationship development with other women, and it just feels different. This being like, I mean, he's not my first male client, but he's my first male client who hasn't like been very talkative, you know. I mean, there was that avoidant personality disorder rule out, and so I don't know if part of the reason I'm not getting much from him is because, you know, of, you know, that challenge with relationship development.
Okay. I wonder if you have had experiences like this before, though. Like, I feel as though you have a lot of knowledge that you could bring into this situation.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't done a lot of work with personality disorders, and like I said, I'm, you know, I haven't done a lot, like this client is kind of different than a lot of the clients I've worked with before, so it doesn't feel like I have a lot of expertise to bring into this situation.
So you're kind of like looking for some suggestions on how to engage the client in this situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand you might be looking for suggestions, but I think sometimes we discount our own information and our own experiences, and it's good to kind of draw on that in order to be able to solve difficult situations.
Well, can I ask, like, have you had clients like this before where it was a challenge kind of getting them talking? Are there strategies that you've tried? Like, what's worked for you? Sometimes having some examples can be helpful to put learning into context, right?
Yeah. I have had situations, but I think every situation is kind of different. And obviously, like, me as a clinician is very different from you as a clinician. So it's hard to give you advice necessarily. I don't feel like that's my role as a supervisor, is to give you like specific advice, because I think you need to kind of figure it out on your own.